Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the video number 15 for the Visual Basic for Applications in Excel. In this video, we're gonna be expanding a little bit more the if block to take decisions. In the last video, we only saw how to make something, execute some code in case that a condition evaluates to true, but here we're gonna add this else. Okay, if something evaluates to true, then I want you to do this. Else, do this other code. So now we are expanding a little the capability of our code. So in case something happens, or if it doesn't happen, then anyway, well, I want to do something different. Well, usually it's going to be something different. I don't know if it actually would make sense, make the same code even if it's true or false. I don't think so. But well, if that's your case, go ahead. So well, as you can see, basically we just are going to add again this else and then more code to execute. I am using the same example that I had in the previous video. Again, I'm just adding here the else keyword. And then what I'm going to do is, well, if x is equals to y, then I want you to write true on A1. Else, write false. Pretty simple. So it's basically the same thing for all the other comparisons. Well, here actually I still have the results from the previous one. Let's just run it and see what it does. Okay, so now I got filled the cells that didn't have anything that wasn't true. Now it says false. And well, just to make it a little bit clearer what's happening, let's go with the step by step by pressing F8. So here I am going to make, or well, VBA is going to make this statement. So it's going to evaluate if x is equal to y. So press F8 one more. And well, it says no, it is not the same. So I'm going to skip this code and okay, you have an else statement. So that means that as I didn't did this, I am going to do this. Press F8 again, so it goes inside to make that code and then ends the if. Now here, for example, is it different? Well, yes, they are different. So I'm gonna write true on A2 and it automatically goes to the end if. So as you can see, I mean, it's not going to evaluate every single line of code. It's just either do this or this. So if this results to be true, I mean, this results to be true, it's gonna make this line of code and then it's gonna skip the rest, right? Now here, for example, well, I'm just gonna finish. I am just using one else, but of course you can here come and add another else. Oops, easy caps lock. And then I don't know, put something in here, and then another else, and as many as you need. You can do many else's. Here, well, I basically just have two different outcomes. Either it's true or can be false. But let's say, for example, that you are evaluating the grades of some students in a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, and you want to see, okay, if it's 10, then do something. If it's something between 9 and 9.9, then do this other thing. If it's between 8 and 8.9 and so on, I guess you get the idea. So you can have many else's. And well, as you saw, as soon as you find, well, VBA finds a condition that evaluates to true, it makes a comparison, or a condition that makes true, then it's going to execute whatever code sits inside of it, and then it's going to skip the rest and go straight to the end if and continue with the rest of the code. Okay, so well, I hope this is clear. One more thing, that I said this on the previous video, but Again, if you start making or placing more else's, then I think you're gonna find it more useful to get used. Again, write your if and then your condition, then and then immediately put your and if, because then you're going to start writing, typing more code and more and more and more, and then in the end you're going to forget to put the end if. And well, as we saw in the previous video, it doesn't really actually happen anything bad. It's just your code is not going to run when you're trying to run it. You're going to get an alert and you're going to have to come and fix that. Sometimes it's pretty easy to spot. Sometimes it's not, depending on how much code you have in this if, especially if you are adding more ifs. That's basically what we're going to be doing in, let me see, in about a couple of videos. We're going to see how to nest ifs, and then we're gonna be nesting loops inside of the if statements. So this can become a pretty, I don't know, confusing maybe even for yourself to debug your own code. So just make sure that you write the end if when you start writing your if code, and you should be good. Now, well, you know what? I have to correct myself. I said something that is not actually true. Uh, you cannot write else's just like I did right now, put in again another else. You gotta do it different or use a different keyword, which is the else if. And that's what we're going to see how to do it in the next video. So please stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And well, thanks all of you for watching, and I see you on the next video.